Come true. Come true. Come true.
Revved up here, second night of a back-to-back, but ultimately had to get it done.
Yeah, I think the big resiliency. Tough one last night, had to fight in the fourth quarter, and then same thing tonight. They got to give this team credit. They've had a interesting season. You know what I'm saying? And for them to continue to fight, continue to play hard. They got guys that can really continue to get better and play hard. So I think for us, just kind of getting accustomed to that throughout the game and figure it out in the fourth.
Nothing about the game was easy, right? So how did you kind of overcome just the hunger that they kept coming fighting back at?
I think the biggest thing is just understanding that it's going to be a game of runs. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that they're gonna make push, they're gonna make shots. And at the end of the day, we made some good plays, but ultimately we didn't execute well in the first half. So coming out in the second half, coming out of timeout, moving the ball better, playing better defense, and ultimately getting the dub.
Felt like you guys were searching for a spark in that second half. How did Karras kind of provide that?
Big time. He's a guy that does whatever's needed. We call it vert's going to vert. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he does whatever's called for us every night. I think the biggest thing also Darius Garland making some key plays as well on the offensive end. And then obviously when you lose Jared Allen, we had to do it together as a group. Dean Wade at the 5. So it was a good win.
I know that you were hoping to not find out the news about making your 5th consecutive All-Star game until after the game, but someone told me that your mom did break it to you, right?
Yeah, I'm shooting pregame and my phone's going off. My music keeps stopping, and I'm like, all right, who is it? So I'm shooting on the court and talking to my mom with my headphones on. So, Mom, if you're watching this, I appreciate it. But, yeah, it's a blessing. God is good. I wouldn't be here without my teammates. Both awards, I wouldn't be able to be in this position without the trust of my teammates, this organization. So I'm very grateful. All the hard work you put in at the end of the day, comes to fruition. So God is good. I'm very thankful.
You said it, 2 awards. The second one would be Eastern Conference Player of the Month. I know you still have a lot of the season to go, but are you a person that can take a minute to just reflect on all of the hard work that you put in every single day to get you to these points?
Yeah, I think for me, it's tough when you're, continuously moving, but, taking those moments, I think is key. It helps prevent, the length of the season, getting to the small wins, and at the end of the day, I'm very blessed to be able to have that. But like you said, the work I put in over the summer on a day-to-day basis, you see me just trying to show up, really do my thing. And, as long as it's contributing to winning, too, that's the biggest part. Because you could average all these numbers and do all that, but as long as it contributes to winning basketball, that's all that matters.
Revved up here, second.
What's going on, y'all? You already know what it is. This is Tune In Sports. I am the voice for Cavs fans. Let's talk about it. So Donovan Mitchell, like I said last video, and shortly after that, I think the news broke that he was player of the month. Not only announced that he was a all-star, obviously he was gonna make the all-star team. Should have been a starter, but that's another story. But he was announced that he is the Eastern Conference Player of the Month, and I said that it literally happened right after I think I did the video. I said, "Yo, most likely Donovan Mitchell is going to win Eastern Conference Player of the Month. I don't see nobody else getting it. Nobody else having a better month than Donovan Mitchell, especially after not playing without his two best players. They're going to give it to Donovan Mitchell, and what they do, they give it to Donovan Mitchell. So I just want to shout him out on that one, and you know shout him out on being Player of the Month and also making another All Star team. Shout out to DG, man. 10th in the franchise history when it comes to total assists. Shout out to DG. I know a lot of people right now. I get it. I hear the talks. I know. I know what it's. I get the talks about DG, man. I think right now it's a little overreaction and it's a little premature. You know.
Now, you're a music artist. Musically.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're not disrespecting me. You just kicking facts. Oh, you kicking your opinion? No,
Yes.
listen.
I said that from the beginning.
Listen, Charlotte. Is that an opinion or is that a fact?
I would think.
Now that could be an opinion or that could be a fact, right? But I just think right now the talks is premature about DG. I know he just got back, so I think right now a lot of fans are kind of overreacting on some stuff, and to a certain extent they're not overreacting because we could talk about other things, right? But shout out to DG, shout out to Donovan Mitchell. Um, DG could have probably made an All Star team if he was present, but we know he been out, most of the season, right? So shout out to them two guys right there, man. And I also want to say shout out to Donovan Mitchell for making this fan day um out there in Memphis, man. I thought that was dope. I thought it was dope, man. It was him, Cavs LeVert. She wanted to take a picture with the Cavs players. She been a Cavs fan since 1974, man. 1974. She's 81 years old, right? All she wanted was a picture with some of the Cavs, players, man. I thought it was dope. Donovan was able, she was able to, be able to get a picture with Donovan and Cavs and them, and I just thought that was dope, man. Yeah, 81 years old, been a fan since 1974. That's a long time, basically from the jump. Basically, um, shoot, basically from the jump, man. She definitely, got me beat, but I just wanted to shout that out too. I thought that was dope. So shout out to Donovan Mitchell again for that, man. But yeah, pertaining the game, the Cavaliers versus Grizzlies, y'all gotta like same way I talked about the Detroit game. You just gotta relax, man. It's not that y'all can't expect to blow every team out, right? Like it's not. At the end of the day, it's basketball. Like he said, it's a game of runs. Um, a lot of things play a factor when you're coming into some of these games, especially going on the road. But I think the Memphis Grizzlies, I think they man, they put work in, man. They definitely was playing hard this game, man. I think if you watch other games, I think they play other teams pretty hard. They give their best. So pertaining to the the team stats and everything. Um, the Cavaliers shot 40% from the three. They shot 31%. On the Cavaliers shot 66% for the free throw line. They shot 88% for the free throw line. We out rebounded them 48-43. They are like when it comes to rebounding the Memphis Grizzlies, I think it's ranked 23rd. I think. The Cavs is ranked high, so I think probably would have been more if Allen was playing. We know Allen had to go out, so that's another story. And Cavs made 14 turnovers. Grizzlies had 13 turnovers. And the Cavs had 22 fast break points. Grizzlies had 14 fast break points. And the points in the paint was tied up for 46-46. So we both had the same amount as in the paint points. Box score, Dean Wade. Shout out to Dean Wade, man. Don't just look at the points. You got to look at the whole game, man. I know some people just want to look at the box score, but look at the whole game. He did have 6 points, and he was 2 for 5 from the three. All his shots came from the three, but he gave you some productive minutes, man. Highest plus or minus on the team. Allen only gave you 21 minutes because he had an injury. So he went 6 for 13, 14 points, 9 rebounds. He did have a double-double, but they end up taking it away. I thought that was kind of corny, but it is what it is. Garland, 9 points. He had 7 assists, 4 for 10 from the field. Donovan Mitchell, just being Donovan, 25 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Max Strus, we talked about Max Strus. Max Strus actually came back. We talked about his shooting. He came back and he did something this game, man. He always doing something, but 11 points, 10 rebounds, yo. Just keep that in mind. 10 rebounds. Somebody had to help out on the boards, right? So he made up for Jared Allen not getting his double-double. So he had 10 rebounds, and he was 4 for 8 and 2 for 4 from the three. And then you got guys like, the bench. We talk about Cavaliers. He gave you some big 16 points off the bench, 6 for 10 from the field, gave you 29 minutes. Shout out to Cavaliers. He held it down coming off the bench. Damian Jones, 7.6 rebounds, got 15 minutes. Niang, 5 rebounds. Niang be getting some rebounds. He be in a position to get rebounds. Isaac Okoro, shout out to Isaac Okoro, man. And Sam Merrill, he had some good buckets too, man. He only had 3 shots made, and that was all threes, but those good 3-point shots he took, man. So Sammy Buckets, shout out to you, man. He's a steal. That's a steal. The Cavaliers was able to get Sam Merrill on a contract, a multi-deal. That was a steal, man. And you got to keep him around, right? So he had 9 points. Jaren Jackson, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 for 23 from the field. Not crazy, efficient, but he was attacking. He was giving it to the Cavs, man. He was definitely giving it to the Cavs. Gigi Jackson, all them guys was playing hard. Williams Jr., they all was playing hard, man. They was playing some intense defense too, man. But that's the box score. But let me play this quick videos about Damian Jones.
Did you come in and as a team just kind of overcome their scrappiness?
Just came in halftime, refocused ourselves, had to see the big picture. And, we started to lock in defensively and just try to get more driving kids going in the game. And then, if I was going to come, just had to play through it.
What was your mentality, knowing that Jared Allen wasn't going to come back and you were going to step in to play even bigger minutes?
Just filling that role defensively, being there defensively, making sure, always helping protect the paint. And, just trying to, help get the ball movement offensively, setting screens and, diving.
What you do is one of the hardest things. Every night you've got to stay ready, not knowing when your number's going to get called. But on top of that, every time I see you, you have a good attitude about it. How do you maintain this?
Just stay prayed up and, just stay working on your craft. I feel like that all helps. And, just whenever you get your opportunity, just know you got to go at it. So.
What type of feedback have you been getting from the coaching staff and the opportunities that you've been given?
Telling me a great job and stuff, so I just got to keep at it, what I'm doing, and just keep putting the work in, so.
Second game back for Darius. What's it like having him back out with the team?
It's great, he has another dynamic. He's dynamic with the ball, super shifty, can get to the shot in time. So it's good to have another playmaker out there on the court.
And then Donovan Mitchell was named an All-Star reserve tonight, as well as the Eastern Conference Player of the Month honors. What's it been like for you to be his teammate throughout the season?
It's great, big congrats to him for that. And, it was great to see, he's been killing all season, so it's much deserved.
What stands out to you about the way you guys defended tonight?
We just had to move around, protect the rim first, and then, go out, contest the 3-point line, and make sure nothing was easy. And I think towards the second half, we started to dial in more and more, and it helped out.
You guys as a team have dealt with so much adversity throughout the course of this season, a little bit more tonight when Jay limps off the floor. What is it about adversity that seems to bring out the best in this group?
We all work hard, so, whenever our time comes, we have to show forth. So just go out there, do what we have to do, and get out the win.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Shout out to Damian Jones, man. I said a lot about Damian Jones. I won't do no junkyard dog because the whole team got junkyard dog. It looked like everybody. It was a team, a team win. Like Humble just said, shout out to Humble, man. Shout out to Humble, man. You already know. Shout out to Cleveland. Great team win, like he said, right? It definitely was a great team win. Damian Jones, I say a lot about the man. I still feel how I feel though, about Jones, man. I say this though. I think he been better than previously. Him being out there, he's been better. I say that about Damian Jones, right? I think Damian Jones, I still don't think he should be playing a backup five, but what can you do if Mobley and Allen is out? You got Mobley and now you got Allen out. So it's like I'm not mad at Jones because it's not his fault. Like he's just trying to cover for the three bigs who are not available to play, right? And I think he did a decent job, man. Of course, I can nitpick, but because there's people that out there that say, oh, he left money on the table. And what I mean, he left money on the table. I mean, like this, he be leaving rebounds on the table. Again, I'm not going to nitpick, but hey, he got 6 rebounds. I talked about him having 0 rebounds. I think 2 videos ago or something like that, man. But I think he probably could have had more. But he was alright, man. I guess he was alright, man. He was alright, but he had 3 blocks. I told y'all, when I made the video, when we signed these guys, months ago, when I made the video when we signed them, I said like he could offer some rim protection. I'm not calling him a rim protector, but he do offers that, especially with his size, and I'm not too mad, man. Because you asked me, yo, Tune, what would you rather have, a Robin Lopez or a Damian Jones? I think I'm gonna go with Damian Jones.
Yeah, Drake. Drake. The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T. The nigga that hiding his kid from the world, but his world want to hide from the kid.
So yeah, Robin Lopez, man. Yeah, I'm gonna choose Damian Jones every single time, man. Cause he have better movement, right? But shout out to the squad though. Team win. I think DG, man. DG will be fine, man. You know what I'm saying? I know Tom was talking about like his assist total last game, and it looked like he got it to like 7 this game, right, from the previous game. So I think he's gonna be okay. Let's give him and Evan Mobley some time. This month, I think it's gonna be about patience with those guys. You just gotta be. I always talk about patience. I said be patient with this team last month when we went down our little road, of course, man. So just have patience with these guys. I think this month is about patience with the guys coming back from their injuries. You know what I'm saying? I know some people was talking about Max Strus, right? This man right here, Max Strus. Who I try to tell y'all, yo, relax. He gonna be all right, he gonna be all right. I know people been up and down on Max Strus, but what I say is like he always hit that shot at the right time. At the right time. He hit that dagger towards the end of the game, man. I know y'all, remember that. He hit that dagger, man. And we had Dean Wade out there, right, at the 5. I kind of thought of like, when I think about it, I was like, kind of thought of Kevin Love at the 5. I'm not comparing the two because, Wade don't rebound like Love. Nah, no way. But I was just thinking about it, because he's basically Kevin Love replacement, basically. But I think Dean Wade held his own on the defensive end, especially with Allen going out. That was big time, right? And he led the team in plus minus. So we got to give shout out to Dean Wade. Let me play this quick video real quick, man. My guy JB. This is my first. I didn't even watch. This is my first time watching it too. I ain't watched the post game. This is my first time listening to these post games. Let me. It's gonna be quick.
Easy with this one, right? But how did you, I guess, overcome kind of the scrappiness that Memphis was playing with?
I mean, we talked about it pregame. You know what I mean? Like, give them a ton of credit. That's who they are. No matter who's on the floor for them. They play with that competitive spirit and they keep fighting, keep coming. But again, I thought our guys did a great job of just showing resolve. Obviously we were much better in the second half. Our defense is what makes us, and we held them to 22 points and 21 points. And that's what obviously gave us, the advantage and the ability to go, get the win. But again, we've got the ability, so even when things aren't as pretty as we would like, we know we can go there, and then we get guys that can create and come up with buckets when we need them.
It felt like you guys were kind of searching for a spark, too, in that second half. How did Karras help provide that?
I mean, that's what he does. He's a guy who can just get it going, and can contribute on both ends. He gets steals, pushes it in transition. Offensively, he pushes, he attacks, he makes plays happen. And it seemed like he just continues to make timely shots. When we need him most, he's there in the moment and makes the big ones.
Donovan officially selected as the All-Star reserve tonight before the game. Can you just take a moment to reflect on how all the work that a guy like that puts in can culminate to, this moment of fifth consecutive All-Star? I
mean, he's a superstar, and I don't think there's any question about that. If, in my opinion, if it wasn't a popularity contest, he should be a starter. That's not a knock on the other guys that are, because obviously they're elite and there's only 5 of those spots. But, you're hard pressed to find a guy, positionally, who plays the game better than Donovan does, and how important he is to us all over the floor. It's not just the ability to create and carry a game, but, like we've talked about, his ability to make his teammates better, have empathy for his teammates, understanding when they need the ball, how to create for them, and to lead them. So, he's a superstar, and he continues to prove it every night.
Coach, any update on Jarrett, and how do you think your other guys did, especially T. Jones filling in without him and Evan tonight?
I thought he did a really good job. I mean, I think he was great defensively, had some really big blocks for us, took a challenge, in guarding Jaren Jackson, which isn't easy. But I thought he did a really good job filling in those minutes, and I don't have an update on Jarrett yet for you.
And then you mentioned earlier, but what happened in that third quarter where you really turned up the defense?
I mean, that was it. It was a decision that was made. Again, you play last night, you travel, you're trying to kind of figure out, your wits a little bit, and just try to find the rhythm of the game. And, what we did was found the rhythm of the game for us on the defensive end of the floor and allowed that to spark our offense, create easy opportunities for us. But, this game is going to be a grind out when you play the Grizzlies. You know what I mean? Like, they slow the game down. They're big. They're physical. They're active. So they're going to make it a grimy game, and you just got to figure out, your how. And tonight our defense was our how.
And then DG, second night of back-to-back, how do you think he looked?
I thought he was good again. It's tough, those limited minutes for a guy who's used to playing in bulk, trying to figure out and pick your spots. But I thought he was a big part of our push in that, fourth quarter to get us kind of settled. You have to kind of take him out of that moment. But, I thought he did a great job kind of finding his footing and helping us push.
Easy with this one, right? But how did you, I guess, overcome?
Yeah, man. No updates on Allen, but yeah, like, it's a popularity contest with the All-Star. We know what's up, man. I already talked about it. It's a popularity contest with the All-Star starters, but it is what it is. Some people feel like Dame didn't deserve it, but if you go to my community post, you'll see a lot of people voted for Donovan Mitchell, right? So, yeah, man, it's a popularity contest with that, man. But the Memphis Grizzlies, man, them dudes, bro. they look a lot bigger than what they height say, man. They look a lot bigger, man. I think one of them do 7 foot that was out there playing power forward. I don't even know, man. They got some big boys over there, man. Especially with Jackson. Jackson ain't no small dude either. And Jackson was definitely getting busy. He was getting busy in that paint, man. Um, but yeah, shout out to JB, man. Like I said, Damian, he said what I said about Damian Jones. You know, he offered, stuff on the defensive end. But yo, this was, like he said, right? This was, the Cavs' second game in 2 nights, right? And we don't make no excuses about back to back. We trying to, kill that, right? We ain't trying to make no excuses coming off a back to back and stuff like that, man. But this was a second game in 2 nights, coming off a grinded out game with Detroit. I feel like the night before this, and then you have another tough game, and you grind out. You have another battle with a Memphis team who's playing with their fourth unit. Some people say G League team. You might as well say G League team because it's like the fourth unit. You know what I'm saying? Like they really have their whole 9-man rotation out for the season. It look like, man, no Ja Morant, no what's it called? What's dude named Marcus Smart? All these guys is on the bench, and they just traded Steven Adams right to the Houston Rockets, man. And people watching the game, they like, yo, the Cavs suck, man. Trade Darius Garland. He's ruining the team.
Shame. Shame.
Stop it. Stop it. Now I know they whole rotation it look like we played the fourth unit, Memphis Grizzlies, which they are like the fourth unit. And what did it's crazy because I said it last stream. What I said last stream, I literally said you can go back. I don't I don't lie, but don't be surprised if this game start out how it starts out. I said this because I already knew what it was. I already knew. I knew. I don't know if y'all knew, but I already knew like what was up, right? But I said don't be surprised about like how the game started out, man, and how we finish it. We might, dub them, but don't be surprised though if this game is tough, right? When you got bench players that's in the rotation due to like injuries, and some of these guys they trying to show the coach something, man. They trying to prove like they deserve more playing time. They trying to play for contracts. You know how it go, man. Like this type of team is just able to just play free out there. Just a free flow out there, man. Because, and that could be scary too at the same time, for certain teams, man. You got a team that's just playing free because a team like this, they have no real expectations. They got nothing to lose. And you playing a team that got nothing to lose, you might be in for one, man. So I look at it like how I look at it, a win is a win. You hear that all the time. A win is a win. You might call it an ugly win. You might call it a grinded out win. But a win is a win. Yeah, it was on the road, but no excuses. We don't do that over here, right? We're not going to make excuses, but we won in a very close game. I'll say that, man. I'll say that. Them boys, them Grizzly boys, man. They not playing, man. They not playing. You see, for a humble, you said Dame definitely should have got it. Asian. I know I know you keep saying that about Dame, man. Everybody calling Dame an old head, man. That's crazy. Is that is that true though? Do you think Dame was aging fast?
You're a music artist.
Musically.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not disrespecting me. You just kicking facts. Oh, you kicking your opinion? No,
Yes.
listen.
I said that from the beginning.
Listen, Charlotte. Is that an opinion or is that a fact?
Whew. If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill.
His fans might say different. Dame got a lot of fans. And another thing, when you think about it, right? I said a popularity contest. Damian Lillard got he got more fans than Donovan Mitchell. So it's like Yeah. You can vote for Donovan Mitchell, but Damian Lillard got a lot of fans. His fan base is bigger than Donovan Mitchell, right? If I'm not mistaken. So Dame, Dame came over here. If Dame wasn't in the East, though, there's no doubt Donovan Mitchell would have been a starter. Like that's not even up for debate. It was good, DFJ Hoops. Was good, man. Yo, I talked to you about my bad, man. I'm sorry about the Embiid thing, man. But it's yeah, man. Yeah. I know you said you're not even confident, man. I hope Philly. I hope I seen Maxey just dropped what was it, another 50 piece, right? He went crazy, right? I know my guy Tobias, he dropped like I think he dropped like 30. He said Humble said check your email at the live. Yeah, I got you. I see that you sent me something. I seen that you sent me something. I got you. I'm gonna check it out. I got you, Humble. But I was saying, the Grizzlies though they tough, man. They tough, man. I give it to the Grizzlies, man. This little fourth unit they got, man. They tough, man. They tough. But Evan Mobley didn't play. I guess that is to be expected since he's coming back from a knee injury. So he's he's going to be on a players. He's going to be on a minutes restriction. So again, and it's also a back to back. So it's good. The staff is not taking no chances. Being what's the word? Cautious. But this game though, man, this game was tricky. They would not go away. They fought. The game came down to defense at the end of the day. There's a low intensity in this game too. A lot of not fights, but it was like moments in this game, right? Even when Max Strus got pushed at the end, when the game was already over, Max Strus took the high road. He got straight up. Who was it that pushed? I think it was Williams, right? He got up and he just got up and I think he handed the ball to the ref and just went to go shoot his free throws or whatever, man. Because I don't know if that push is from earlier when they did the live play and I think it was GG Jackson. I guess he felt like Max Strus tried to take him out, which I didn't look at it like that, but Max Strus did extend his hand a little bit, stopping him from catching a lob and getting the playoffs. So it's all good with me, but that them plays could be scary sometimes. But Jaren Jackson though, Jaren Jackson who didn't shoot good. He didn't shoot that good to me from the floor, but he was going to work, man. He was part of that engine. I feel like he was attacking Allen, yo. He was going in. And that's I guess like I know what's gonna say Evan Mobley comparison. Like Evan Mobley, that's what Evan Mobley's supposed to be like, right? Especially with a shot. Triple J got a shot, right? His shot is kind of ugly, but he got a shot. And this little boy, GG Jackson, man. GG Jackson, man. This little man, young boy, man. Not little boy, but young boy. That's what I meant to say. He tried to throw it down over Allen, bro. And Allen had that clutch block. He hit bro with like the Matumbo. He really thought he was going. He really thought he was about to throw it down on him. Wait, let me see. I got it.
Big man lumbers into the floor. Gord finds GG Jackson. Oh, rejected by Jared Allen. Big man lumbers.
And you hear AC in the background. He funny. But yeah, he thought he was gonna throw it down on Jared Allen, bro. I'm looking at him like
Shame. Shame.
And this is why you don't trade a Jared Allen. Because Jared Allen does things like that. He's not afraid to get dunked on. You want a guy that's not afraid to get dunked on. He's getting paid to not just offer a little offense, but he's getting paid to protect the rim. That's the whole purpose of him being on the squad along with Evan Mobley, to protect the rim, especially for our small backcourt that a lot of people seem to be hating on, right? But that's another story, right? But shout out to Allen for that, man. But Allen, he left early in the second half, right? I think it was second half with some ankle pain. I didn't hear no updates on it. Y'all might have heard updates, but he should be fine, I think. And yeah, Jared Allen consecutive double streak is over now. He had 14 and 9 rebounds, like I mentioned earlier. It was supposed to be 10, but how the officials is, man. They made the correction. They saying he never got the extra rebound, so I guess they took it away. But it's all good, man. It's all good. I know some people was, not happy about that because I feel like he could have kept going. He definitely would have kept the streak alive because he was. I didn't think it was no stopping him. An injury basically stopped him because if he never got hurt in this game, the streak would still be alive. But it's all good, yo. We not chasing these records, man. We trying to chase something bigger than that, man. But not to just bring up another man injury, but I know DFJ was in here. But Embiid is out and Randall is out. So if Allen can stay healthy, he might have a real chance or a slim chance at making an All-Star appearance this season in Indy, man. Just like back in 2021, I believe. Well, he was a replacement All-Star that year, but I have no doubt in my mind that Allen should be an All-Star, man. I think we should have 2 All-Stars going to Indy. I think it should be Spider and Allen, man. And that's really been my favorite duo. I'm not gonna make people pick and choose, but I've been so far that's been my favorite duo. The little duo that Mitchell and Allen got right now, the similar to what DG and Mobley got. I'm liking the Spider and Allen, little duo right now, man. I really, that's just my opinion. But JB won his challenge, man. Shout out to JB. We gotta give it up for JB. JB been doing his thing, man. Coach of the Year candidate. Humble said, let's resign D Mitch, and I'll be confident saying I'll take him over Bucks Dame time. Man, Donovan, man, yeah, Spider. We definitely gotta resign Spider, man. It's really no excuse not to try. Like you had no excuse not to sign him, man. The guy is a superstar, like JB said, like I've been saying for the longest. He's big time, man. And yes, he's over Dame for sure. He's over Dame. He's over Dame. Forget all that. He's over Dame. He said, I agree with you, Tune. John D. Yeah, you see I'm not telling you to choose because everybody got their own favorites, right? But I like the little duo, man. Cause Spider is so now he not a better lob passing than DG. He can't do that. But we can't deny Spider been facilitating out there. The passes he been making, like you gotta really watch the game. The passes he been making, and not all of them is turning into buckets because sometimes players miss shots, miss easy opportunities. But the passes he's out there making, it's really because people say he's not a playmaker and he's they'll say he don't got a high IQ, right? But I think that's a myth. I think that's a lie. Donovan is getting older. He's mature now. That man, bro, he could pass the ball, man. He making some crazy passes. And I think yeah. And I said that they wasn't sure if he could get any better, but he definitely improved when it comes to the assist total for this season and rebound total. But the only thing I could say though, about the game, if I had a nitpick, right, about the game, right, because again, there's no reason why nobody should be upset about the Grizzlies, right? Grizzlies played a tough game. Give credit to them young boys over there, man. They deserve it, man. But if I had to say something, I could say about like what JB did. Like I didn't like the small ball lineup. I didn't like that he tried to run that lineup. I think it was DG, Merrill, Niang, Dean Wade, and I think it was either Struce, Oliver. I'm trying to remember, but I think it was that lineup. It wasn't like it didn't feel like I didn't feel nothing clicking with that, right? But I see what he was doing. I covered training camp, so I know that he said he will try things. Like he said in the training camp, like there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna have to adapt, and he was gonna try things. He said that during training camp that he was gonna, basically I took it as he gonna experiment. I already know, Tyronn Lue used to experiment when he was here with lineups. But I'm just like, I wasn't a fan of it, but I get what he was doing, man. Cause I'm sitting there, I'm thinking like JB, where the defense at? Like we need more defense on the floor, like especially if your players can't hit the shots right now with this lineup. Like if they hitting their shots and they getting stops hitting, they okay, we cool. But if they not hitting their shots and they giving up points, like scratch the lineup and go back to your, original lineup, man. But I see what he doing. He's trying little experiments out like this against why not try it against the Memphis Grizzlies, right? A team, I guess, like this. Why not do it against? But that's so far for that game out. Like I said, I think it was just a tough game. I thought it was a battle, man. It wasn't the Cavs suck. Y'all should blow out the Grizzlies. That's not how things work. You gotta put things in perspective. Look at it in a different way. But I'll say Detroit and the Grizzlies gave the Cavs, a tough battle, man. And I think Clippers play the Detroit Pistons, I think, tonight. And I was talking to my people. They talking about, yeah, we gonna get them about it. I said, I hope so. I said, I warned them. I said, don't think it's just gonna be an easy blowout. Like it could be, with that squad the Clippers got, it could be a blowout. But I'm saying just don't go in there underestimating Detroit, despite the record, because Detroit is pretty bad, but they talent on that team it don't really reflect the record all the way. But let's move along. I'm not trying to be on here too long, but let's move right along to the next thing I want to talk about, right? So I'm gonna play this quick audio from Wendy, man. I don't know who Wendy is, man. Because the next topic is gonna be like, should Darius Garland come off the bench? So Darius Garland gonna come off the bench, and then we have Cavs seeking a trade, right? And the Darius coming off the bench, we all hear it, right? We all hear it. I don't think it's fair right now to do that to DG, because he's coming back, he's getting in the rhythm, he's getting into game shape. I don't think it's fair to do that to DG, man. You don't put your franchise player, especially you gave a max contract to on the bench. You don't do that, man. You can't do that. Now you could look, I can see it from both ways. I'm not gonna be political about it. I can't ignore certain things because I do see what people is talking about, but at the same time, it's not up to y'all. It's up to the players and the coaching staff to figure it out. And I think it can work. But let me just play this quick audio real quick before I say whatever else I'm about to say next from Wendy. Wendy had, some solid insight on it, man. Some of the stuff I agree with Wendy on, I always agree with him, but Wendy been, on the money, lately. So let me just play this quick audio about Wendy real quick. Let me see.
Would it ever come to JB telling, whether it be Mobley, Garland, whoever, hey, we simply flow better in the final stretch of a game with you on the bench? Like, could it come to that where we actually see a fully healthy team and one of the top 4 players on the team on the bench to close a game?
It could come to that, but I think it would be dangerous to make any assumption that that's the way it's going to play out.
Okay.
JB coming out of that Detroit game, I'm sure the most interesting thing to the educated fan is, what are they going to do with this lineup? But JB could shoot right back and say, look, I can't worry about that lineup. Our team just allowed 55% shooting to a team that has 6 wins or 7 wins, or whatever they have. Like, that was as bad of a defensive performance as the Cavs have had in this stretch. And he could say, listen, I got to spend the next 24 hours working on getting our defense in a better position so we don't lose in Memphis. And that would be an honest answer. There's just a lot of sort of things bubbling on the stove at any one time, but especially for this Cavs team. But the reason it takes on extra interest is because of what those standings look like, Chris.
Yeah.
Because there's this window, which, I don't think anybody would have expected a month ago, much less 6 weeks ago, that the Cavs have a pathway, and not like rainbows and lollipops pathway, a legitimate way that they could get that number 2 seed. And, that.
Humble said he want that number 1 seed. You said number 1. I remember you said it, man. But I think realistically, we could. I know Boston just took an ugly loss to the Lakers, right? I think realistically, I always said we was a 4th seed. We could be a top 4 seed, not number 1. Because my guy Bubba said the same thing. He had the Cavs being number 1 in the East, but I told him I can't do that because I can't predict the season because of injuries. And behold, you have a bunch of guys getting hurt, so it's just like put us in a tough spot. But I think what we shown and it made JB play his hand a little bit, playing some guys is showing that we are a deep team. And we could realistically get a number 2 seed, right? Especially with Philly having the injuries to Joel Embiid. And then you have the Knicks. You only got to worry about the Knicks, man. The Knicks is really our competition. Brunson is finding ways to win without his guys also. I can't wait to see. Yo, if we could get the Knicks in the postseason, bro, and eliminate them, that would be so pleasing, man. That would just be the icing on the cake, man. That would if we get them out of there, man, that just make my year right there, bro. Just getting them out the playoffs, man, after what happened last time, you know what I'm saying? So that'd be dope. But the Garland thing, though, people want to trade Darius Garland and people want to put him on the bench. I'm not gonna be too political about it, right? Cause I hear every side to why, this and that. But they have to find a way on how to make it work. They have to find a way on how to make it work, man. You don't trade Darius Garland. But you don't trade him. You don't trade him. Especially a guy that wants to be here, you don't trade him, right? Now certain things will have to happen if that did happen, right? But certain things ain't happening now, so I get it. Putting him to the bench. Garland gonna give you offense. We know that. We know the whole question about the defensive liability. We get it, man. I understand. The Garland it will be like because you got to look at it, right? Most people who's not Cavs fans, they like, yo, get rid of this small backcourt. They too small. It's gonna be liabilities on the court because it's cool in a regular season, but when it really come down to winning and you get to the postseason and a coach and a team get to strategize against you for 4 to 7 games, then you gotta see this team for 4 to 7 times, right? And things get interesting, man, because they're gonna playoffs. You gotta pick on the team's weakness, find holes, way to exploit. And Darius Garland he will be the weak link, right? But I'm saying though, I don't want to make DG the main because it's not fair for DG. It's not fair that fans are doing that to DG. I don't even agree with some of the stuff. And we had the number 1 defense last season with DG. Now, you could say, because somebody, y'all mentioned it before, how about you just take Max Hughes out the starting lineup and put Isaiah Crow in the starting lineup? Because we had the number 1 defense last season when it was Darius, Mitchell, and Okoro was our starting small forward along with Mobley and Allen. And of course that killed the spacing, of course, right? Especially for guys that's not able to shoot. But Mobley I want to see more from Mobley. Mobley got to turn up. I want to see more shots in the mid-range. Allen is taking mid-range shots. So I want Mobley to do the same thing, Be confident in that. Keep working on that, man. We need that. We need you to extend that range a little bit, man. But the playoffs, I'm just Yeah, I think my mic went out. I'm not trying to yo, yeah. I'm not trying to I'm just saying what everybody else is thinking, right? Because playoffs is a different story. But I feel like we can make it work though. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't want guys to just pick on DG. I just think that's kind of crazy, man. They want to trade DG. Then they say, trade DG and just build around Mitchell. I don't even want to like touch on that, but like they want Mobley and DG. They want DG and Evan Mobley to come off the bench. Let me play it. Hold on. Let me play the rest of the order real quick. But I don't think that's fair, man. I say play the season out and see, what happens, right? But let me play the rest of this audio real quick. My bad. Humble said Knicks and Cavs on fire lately. It will be an interesting, bro. I'm so tired. Like yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup, man. I think this rematch will be. I think the rematch will be lit, man, because both teams got that firepower. The Knicks got firepower. Excuse me. The Knicks got firepower and the Cavs got firepower. The Knicks got and this you gotta look at too, right? The Cavs. I'm gonna get to the trades part. I'm all over the place, but the Knicks are building still. They still trying to make another move. The Knicks are still trying to add players to their roster. You would think yo, these guys. You would think like that they ain't done yet. They still trying to add people to their roster, man. They already got OG, and in my opinion, you heard me talk about what the Cavs needed. I said we needed a 6'7" wing type of player, a bigger small forward, a wing with size. I said that. And what the Cavs end up doing, and what the reports came out like 2 weeks ago, the Cavs are looking for that. I literally said that though. And people's like, nah, we need a big man. And we had the bigs, but Tristan Thompson got suspended. And I, I'm still trying to trust Damian Jones, but they're like, nah, we need a guard. No, you don't need a point guard, you idiots. You got a point guard on the bench. You got a point guard that's on a 2-way contract who will have a contract, I believe, by the end of the season, hopefully. Before the season is over, he will have a contract. CBJ will get signed to the Cleveland Cavaliers. He will be on the roster. They're going to convert his contract. I'm just saying that now. But you have guards. You don't need no more guards. You don't need there's nobody out there that's going to help you. We got enough guards on this team, especially with Sam Merrill and LeVert. Too many guards. You need bigger guys. You need guys that can play defense. Enough of the offense. You got offense. You need defenders out there, man. You got Dean Wade. You got Isaac Crow. Add somebody else to that mix, right? Or you don't trade. One thing you don't do, you don't trade your defense away. You want to add more defense to your team. You don't just trade your defense away. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you got to relax on that. But we have the guys here. The audio. That's right. The audio. Let me get to the audio.
That applies some pressure to JB because ultimately, if you have to lose a game or two as you're reintegrating two, awesome players, that's okay. Like, the fact that the Bucks are having a little bit of struggles right now as they have a new coach, like if they're still dropping games to teams like the Blazers in, 3-4 weeks, it's a different conversation. If the Cavs have to lose a game or two as they work this out, fine, but it takes on a different light.
Yeah.
When you have 30 some games left and the number 2 seed is in front of you, like it adds a little bit more to the equation.
Another part to this math.
So yeah, man. Like the way I would do it, like me not being political, I'm gonna take the political side out and not be too political about it because I want to talk about every side of it. If it was up to me, though, right? If it was up to me, and which is not, I'm not the coach. I don't run the Cavs, but if it was up to me, I wouldn't. Like if it ain't broke, I ain't fixing it. That's just me though. Like forget the politics, man. If it ain't broke, I ain't trying to fix it because it ain't broke. So I would still have my regular lineup. I would still start DG along with Mitchell and Mobley and Allen and Strus. And some people say replace Strus or Coro, but that's another story. But I would still run that lineup. And JB been, he but DG on minutes restriction. So when he off minutes restriction, I want to see what happened with that when him and Mobley get off minutes restriction. I want to see what happened, like when they increase the minutes. But I would have them guys start, and I will use my a different closing lineup, man. That just me not being too political about it. I would use my lineup that I would use like. I would take DG out, right? I would have DG play in the fourth, right? But I would have my closing lineup would have Mitchell as the main guard. That's just my opinion, though. That's not your opinion. Your opinion. That's my opinion. I would close with a different lineup, right? I would still have regular guys, but probably have DG not close. But then again, it's like you You can't do that, man. You can't do that to DG, man. But I'm just saying what I would do. But I would still have DG. I would still have my same starting lineup with DG in it. Just tweak it. Just do a little tweaks. That's all. Do little tweaks. Cause the way I look at things, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yo, people lose it's not the same situation. But I'm just talking about like people get hurt. People get their jobs taken all the time. Not DJ ain't losing a job. I'm just using that as an example when it comes to injuries. When a team is clicking, you don't want to mess up that click. You know what I'm saying? We could bring up different examples, stuff that happen in sports. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how I look at it, man. But I still would have DG in the starting line. I'm not like the rest of these guys. Bench DG. You don't have to bench DG, man. DG not a defensive player. He brings offense. He brings playmaking. You just figure it out, man. You can run DG and Mitchell in the lineup, man. The thing about it is though, one of them guys got to play defense though, and I think Mitchell is an underrated defender. Mitchell does play defense, but one of them guys got to play defense. And then you look at Max Strus. He ain't the best defender, but he tries to play defense, and he have his moments. But I think that's what it is. I think if JB wanted to, it's like you got guys that like if you really care about the team's success, some guys gotta put their ego to the side and do what's best for the team. I say let's see how these 2 months roll out. But if it ain't looking how it's looking, man, something gotta, it's up to JB to figure it out, of course. But I'm just saying, man, I hear from all the sides that people feel like DG should be on the bench. I'm not with the trade DG. Don't trade DG. But I hear from all sides, man. They want DG on the bench. You can still start these guys. You just gotta do some tweaks, some minor tweaks here and there, man. That's just my opinion about what I would do with the closing lineup, right? And I think Dean Wade need to be on the floor. Dean Wade should be on the floor, man. I want Dean Wade on the floor, man. I'm a Dean Wade fan now, man. I'm a believer. I believe, man. I believe in Dean Wade, man. I believe, man. But let me get back to the audio though. Let me get to the second part. But do Darius Garland come off the bench? Do y'all think DG should come off the bench? I'm gonna say no, but I say we should think about certain things when it comes to closing. If things ain't what it's looking like, but JB, what you gonna see throughout these games? You're gonna see JB. Don't be surprised you see JB experimenting. Doing different experiments on things with certain lineups. Don't be surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. Humble said, "Bitch, DG is absolutely crazy, man." Hey, man, look, that's what certain Cavs fans are suggesting.
Whew. If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill.
But that's just me. DG on a 5-year contract. They should have been had them. They should have been had them thoughts. Yeah, but it's all you talk about. You gotta, but DG is. If Donovan Mitchell wasn't here, do we still have this conversation? That's what you got. Like if Spider never came here, right? Do we still have this conversation? Because if Spider didn't come here, I don't even think this would be because then you have the guys, you have the original. You'll probably have that guy that could it'll just be DG out there who's an undersized guard. You'll have probably Lauri Markkanen still and whoever else is on this team. But if Spider never came here, this would not be a conversation, and DG wouldn't be getting, I guess you could say hate he getting right now. It wouldn't be a conversation. Man, I messed up, man. Hold on, let me cause I want to get to what Wendy said about the trades.
Would it ever come to JB telling, whether it be Mobley, Garland, whoever, hey, we simply flow better in the final stretch of a game with you on the bench? Like, could it come to that where we actually see a fully healthy team and one of the top 4 players on the team on the bench to close a game?
It could come to that, but I think it would be dangerous to make any assumption that that's the way it's going to play out.
Okay.
You know, JB coming out of that Detroit game, I'm sure the most interesting thing to the educated fan is, what are they going to do with this lineup? But JB could shoot right back and say, look, I can't worry about that lineup. Our team just allowed 55% shooting to a team that has 6 wins or 7 wins, or whatever they have. Like, that was as bad of a defensive performance as the Cavs have had in this stretch. And he could say, listen, I got to spend the next 24 hours working on getting our defense in a better position so we don't lose in Memphis. And that would be an honest answer. There's just a lot of sort of things bubbling on the stove at any one time, but especially for this Cavs team. But the reason it takes on extra interest is because of what those standings look like, Chris.
Yeah.
Because there's this window, which, I mean, I don't think anybody would have expected a month ago, much less 6 weeks ago, that the Cavs have a pathway, and not like rainbows and lollipops pathway, a legitimate way that they could get that number 2 seed. And, you know, that applies some pressure to JB, because ultimately, if you have to lose a game or two as you're reintegrating 2, you know, awesome players, that's okay. Like, you know, the fact that the Bucks are having a little bit of struggles right now as they have a new coach, like if they're still dropping games to teams like the Blazers in, you know, 3-4 weeks, it's a different conversation. You know, if the Cavs have to lose a game or two as they work this out, fine, but it takes on a different light when you have 30 some games left and the number 2 seed is in front of you. Like, it adds a little bit more to the equation.
Another part to this math problem the Cavs are dealing with, the trade deadline a week away. You know, JB already trying to balance essentially a new lineup. Wendy, are the Cavs going to make any type of deal here before the deadline, February 8th?
So I do not think that any of their core players are on the market. You will not see Donovan. You will not see Jared Allen. You will not see Garland. Like, those guys, none of those guys are on the market. I do think the Cavs are.
Well, I guess that answers your question. Whoever had questions about that, I don't expect to see DG on the market either. DG was, I told you, the guys like that is safe, man. DG is safe.
We're looking for what every team in the league is looking for is there a way to, you know, get a wing defender that could fit? And even if it's not a starter quality player, could they get a rotation player out of it? You know, when they elected to buy out Ricky Rubio, that made them more likely to be a team that signs a buyout player because they don't have Rubio's contract to trade. And they're also about $2.5 million under the tax, and you got to be real careful about adding money to go into the tax unless it's a really good upgrade. Not because they can't afford it, just because you got to be careful about how many years you're in the tax. But I do think that the Cavs have explored, and I would say some names here, but then I would get aggregated like crazy, Chris, and I would have to take all these calls from agents.
Sure.
There is a name or two that would be recognizable that, you know, that would be a rotation player that the Cavs have explored from what I am told. However, the chances of them being able to win any sort of bidding war on a player getting multiple offers would be hard, considering they only have second round picks to offer, and they're not really going to offer, I think, any of their core pieces. So yeah, they're active, to answer your question. But I think what's going on with this team that's interesting is not in the transaction space right now.
So there you go, right? Because you know, the Cavs are active. They are active. Supposedly they are active, and you know, the news already. They already been like exploring trades, right? But they're not trying to give up they guys. They're not trying to give up, you know, the main pieces of calls. They're not trying to give up anybody. I see Kobe Owen trying to finesse a deal like he usually do, man. But supposedly they are active. Now, will a deal be done by the deadline? Might not be. It might not happen. And the play he's talking about, I'm pretty sure it's a player we already know of or spoke about that the Cavs could be looking at. But and a player like, and then I had brought up the Royce O'Neal thing. If you could get Royce O'Neal for nothing, I know if you get Royce O'Neal for nothing, like not adding, like not trading nobody, then okay. But if you got to trade, I'll just keep this team how it is right now, man, and just let this team gel. Let this team, gel it out, man. That's what I'll do, right, and see what happens. I know Royce O'Neal is Donovan Mitchell homeboy, so that's just one of his, best friends, you could say. So it's just like, you add another one of Donovan homies here. You want to please Donovan Mitchell, but I'm pretty sure Donovan Mitchell is already content with this team and how they've been performing. So just don't be surprised if no moves is being made. I hear people saying trade Cass LeVert. I'm like, yo, y'all just be talking. You can't trade one of your shot creators. He's a shot creator off the bench, man. He can create his own shot. You take him away. What you gonna do? No, you rely on Cass LeVert, man, for scoring off the bench. He always bringing them points off the bench. That's what he was known for when he first got here, man. He give you that, and then Cass LeVert got no ego, so it's just like he plays his role. And like what's called said, everybody knows their role. I think Humble said it, I believe. Everybody knows their roles on his team. The super team stuff is dead. Everybody know their role, man. You want guys that know their roles, man. But as far as so before I close out, the Cavs are active supposedly. Looking for something at the trade deadline. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they are active. As far as Darius Garland coming off the bench, I said no already, but I said I wouldn't be against if JB wanted to close with a different lineup. In certain games, I want to be remember how and I'm not even trying to compare. I don't want nobody to take my words, the wrong way, but I'm not even trying to compare. But remember when they used to do guys like Isaiah Thomas, not the real Zeke, but guys like IT from Boston. He was he was an easy target, man. But Isaiah earned his spot though. He went from being He went from being a 6-man to a starter. But IT was a liability, dog. When he came here, liability. Y'all remember? I ain't even gonna try to bring up old memories, but y'all remember, man. Isaiah Thomas was a liability, man. Teams could exploit that, and Isaiah was like 5'8", 5'9". But it's like, it was like during games. I know y'all remember. I'm not even trying to go back because I don't even want to talk about the past. I hate talking about the past sometimes. But Isaiah Thomas used to they would have to sit Isaiah Thomas down, like certain plays or toward when it was time to close, when it was closing time, they would have to sit IT down. They literally had to sit IT down because he was a liability. I know y'all remember that. They had to sit IT down when it was time to close the game out. And then when it's time to bring more off, okay, IT that play. Oh no, come out. No, you're a liability. Come on. We need more defense on the floor. Because they're gonna pick on you, man. But DG, he not coming. He's gonna start. So regardless of how y'all feel, he's gonna start. But as far as the closing lineup go, I wouldn't be surprised if JB try to do different things. I hope people just gotta put their ego to the side, man. Even though Okoro over Strus in the starting lineup, people starting to say play Okoro. He deserved to be in the starting lineup over Strus. So we're gonna wait and see, man. But I say give DG and Mobley enough time. Let them run a course throughout this month. Let them get back into shape, and we see what happens, man. But I'm not gonna be like I hear the talk, and I do know in the playoffs is a whole different story, bro. But I feel like this team got enough, and I feel like we could beat any team in the East, even the Boston Celtics. Even the Celtics, man. Celtics not that scary, but yeah, man. But y'all, let me know what y'all think about that, man. Should DG come off the bench? And let's get ready for the next game, man. But shout out to everybody, that's tuning in that's gonna be on the playback, man. Appreciate y'all, man. But I already know, man. Still wanting to go, man. Ain't nothing gonna change, man. You already know. Let them know. Go Cavs. Tom K. Oh, you just came in. Let me see what you said, Tom K. You said, "Tune, how you feeling?" JB experiment. I was about to close out, but I couldn't let this comment go. He said, JB experiment like a mad scientist trying some wild stuff but needs some help. Yo, JB, JB, he said JB a mad scientist out here, man, with his lineups. Hey, man.
Whew. If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill.
Nah, but JB, yeah, man. You know, we was in what was that? We was in Max Stream. Yeah, man. I wasn't a fan of I said I wasn't a fan of the lineup, but I'm not mad at him experimenting because, like what's called said, we have the team for it. We have depth to try different things, and with guys going out, it's interesting, man. You see Dean Wade out there, Dean Wade is playing the five. Like I thought Dean Wade did well, man. Without just looking at the box score saying, "Oh, all he had was about 6 points." Gotta look at the other side of things, what he's doing on the floor, and then on the defensive end. To the people that actually pay attention. I'm a Dean Wade fan now, yo. I'm a believer. I've been a believer, but Dean Wade, I think Dean Wade need to be in rotation all the time now. But yeah, Tom, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm not a fan of some of the lineups, that I was seeing just now, but I'm cool with it. If he want to experiment, as long as we get the win, as long as we get the win, I'm cool with it, man. It's nothing wrong. Cause hey, Tom, you remember? I think Ty Lue, he used to have his little experiment, different lineups right before the playoffs. But I'm cool with the JB experimenting. JB been doing a good job this year. It's hard for me to get bad at JB. Really. You said on to the Spurs. Yeah, we gotta let's beat the Spurs, man. Now that game right there, that was a close game. We was beating them, and then I think the last game they almost came back. We almost slipped up. That them boys was playing to the end of the clock. They almost, and I think they had a chance to score, and what happened was I think Victor Wembanyama, it seemed like he had an easy basket over one of our guys. He threw like 7-5, but he elected to pass it, I think, to one of the guys, and I think it ended up being what was it, a turnover, or the guy missed, but he had a chance to take the shot, but he didn't. Thank you for not doing that. But yeah. Tom said I am not a fan either. I'm not a fan either, but I guess try it against lower level teams, I guess. Yeah, I was saying it's the Grizzlies, but yo, the Grizzlies is like I was telling them, man, Grizzlies is a tough team, man. Like I don't want fans to feel like, yo, we should have blew them out. No, the Grizzlies is like they not like we should like dominate teams that you get it. The talent level, they don't have their guys, but the Grizzlies, they just like Detroit, man. Them guys didn't want to give up, man. They gonna play you tough. They're gonna play you tough. They were trying to, play it tough on Donovan Mitchell and stuff like that, man. Hey Tom, how you feel before I run out of here, man? How you feel about Darius Garland coming off the bench? Because I know you hear talks. I know you hear the fans crying about DG. and how do you feel about Isaiah Okoro? Okay, how you feel about DG going to the bench, and then how you feel about if DG is starting, right? Which he is going to start. Would you take Max Strus out and put Isaiah Okoro, the original lineup from last year? Because I know JB, it's going to be JB been running a different lineup for when the time to close now. So, but yeah, man, I'm not a fan either. But let JB do his thing, man. Let him experiment. Maybe he might find something. Let him experiment, man. He said, Tom said a win is a win. Okay, stay up. We'll catch stream on playback. Okay, yeah, no doubt, man. But yeah, bro, like, yeah. Basically, that was everything. Yeah, let me know what you think about what I said about DG coming off the bench. Let me see. You respond. Okay. You said no. Healthy DG starts. Well, Carl over Strus if can't get out of slump. Okay, there you go. I know you missed your Carl last time. Okay, you're not the only one too that feel like that. I thought Strus did a solid job. Gave you 10 boards last game, man, and he hit that dagger. Last game, man. But we just gotta see how to just give it some time. It's a new month. Let's see how February work out. Let's see what these guys do in February. We had a great January. Let's see how these guys do in February. And I agree, yeah. A healthy DG do start. You just gotta, you know what I mean? Just figure it out, man. Let DG get back into his, his shit. DG gives you offense, man. He's the playmaker. Let him do his thing, man. We just continue to move the ball. Let's continue to keep moving that ball. You move that ball, man. Don't get stagnant out there. Let's continue to move the ball. But yeah, healthy DG starts. I agree. I agree. Let's see how the season play out, man. Humble said, thank you, Tom. Okoro over Strus. See, yeah, I know Humble over it, man. He like, yeah, he over Strus right now. He like, nah, you gotta get that minutes to you gotta get that spot to Okoro, man. Okoro deserve it though. I will say that I think Okoro, I think he deserve it, man. But you take Strus out the lineup, what I don't know. I don't know. Strus shouldn't have no ego, man. He should, like, if you a team, but Strus offers the now Isaac been Isaac been doing his thing because Isaac is doing his thing from 3, man. He's shooting with confidence, but I'm just saying as far as the movement goes, Max Strus running all over the place, man. That's how I'm just looking at from the offensive spot of things. But I'll carve for defense. Yeah, I would trade defense over offense. As long as I have enough offense out there, I would trade defense for offense. I will put Okoro out there, man. I agree with that, man. But we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, Tom, let me know what you think on the playback also as well. But yeah, man. Spurs up next, right? Spurs, right? So yeah, let's take care of them, man. Just don't think everything gonna be easy, man. Some of these games are gonna be grinded out, man. And a win is a win, man. Let's just take the win and keep on building. But y'all already know, man. Let them know. Go Cavs.
With the 49th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Imani Bates from Eastern Michigan University.
That's a way to respond, right? Understanding the moment, okay? Taking a lesson, learning our lesson, and then applying all the things that we talked about. The effort that you guys put in on the defensive end of the floor was phenomenal, okay? That was textbook Cavaliers defense. And then the offensive end of the floor, we shared it, we attacked the paint, we got what we wanted, okay? That was a phenomenal job. Congratulations to this group, okay, for achieving something as a unit that we've never done before, okay? But we ain't done yet. All right, let's go. Yes, sir.